Hello again, everyone. How's it going today? Happy Friday! We are back to working on our Ninjago City Gardens. And this is what we have done so far. Let's go ahead and pull this level off, because that is what we are working on. And bring the camera back down. There we go. And let's dive right back in. I do have a new box of minifigs for later as well, since we finished up the previous one that we were working on. Finally got all of the minifigs. Hold on a second. Yep, just needed to respond to something. All right, so we got a lot more bright orange for this. Wander in and out of the weirder-looking skyscrapers. You know, you could probably recognize some of those from various TV shows, although I don't know how many of those made it over to the UK. I remember one time my mother was watching a show years ago, and I hadn't actually seen the show, but I was vaguely familiar with it, and I was like, you know that's filmed in Toronto? And she's like, what? It is? Alright, let's see. Bag number 15. Let's go ahead and make the minifig. Reminds me of one of my favorite anecdotes from Due South. Most episodes were recorded in Toronto. The show takes place in Chicago. The one time the show went to Toronto, they went to Chicago to film. It's a great little side gag kind of thing. All right, here we go. We have a guy with an eye patch. I like the outfit that he's got. It's pretty good. Can't really see his back design very easily. There we go. Let's see. Is this a? It's an interesting hairpiece he has too, and it's a face that would do pretty well with a pirate set as well. Due South was one of your favorite shows? It's so good. All is filmed before a live studio audience in Vancouver. That would be amusing if I was. My right arm is a little rubbery today. I was putting together a shelf. Unfortunately, I had some stuff delivered, and like 2 major pieces were bent. So I have to take them back to IKEA and get them replaced. Very annoying. There we go. But I was building some other stuff, and my arm is a little rubbery right now. When you have to hammer something together, and you can't find the standard claw hammer, but all you can find is a sledgehammer. Not like a full sledgehammer, but one of those smaller sledgehammers. You've never heard of Due South? Wow. Yeah, Leslie Nielsen was in it. There's a number of other pretty well-known, or at least laterly well-known actors in it. It's very good. There's good humor. There's good drama. Characters are a lot of fun. It's really good. I would highly recommend checking it out if if it's on a streaming service right now. It was on Netflix for a while, many years ago, and it is not right now. Let's see. There's the bracket. Gold 1x2 tile with center stud. Yeah, it's got a little bit of an odd couple type feel because it's you know, the stereotypical polite Canadian and the brash American policeman kind of thing. There we go. Let's get 2 dark red 1x4 tiles. There we go. 1x1s. A lot of 1x1s in this, not a lot of 1x2s. Contrary to the stereotype, a number of Canadians you've known have been assholes. Yeah, well. It's, still a stereotype. There's gonna be every sort. There we go. Get those 1x1s on. But yeah, if you're overseas and someone's like, "Oh, an American," you can just like nip that in the bud by being, "Oh, I'm actually Canadian," and they'll be like, "Oh, okay." Actually, it's kind of funny when I was in Egypt, and I know I've told this story before, but it was a tour group. There were some Canadians on the tour group, some Australians, some Macedonians, some other groups like that. But at one evening, we're just like, a bunch of us were all talking, and one of the Canadian couples who had a very Canadian accent, not like, not over the top, but obvious, at least to my ears. They did not realize that I was an American. And I was like, oh yeah, I could tell you were Canadian from your accent. Or wear socks with sandals so they think you were British or German. Well, they might just think you're from Seattle, too. I've seen enough Almost Live to know that that is a thing that happens there. Oops. There we go. Looking up item lists for FF2 SNES, and it's weird looking at the item lists for SNES and other versions. Yeah, there's a lot fewer. There's a lot fewer. Alright, so we got that. Now, dark red. We're doing 2 of these, so let's get that dark red. And clear. There we go. Get the window panes. As a Brit, you'd never do that. Yeah, it's definitely something that I would more associate with, like, Pacific Northwest kind of thing. But not even, like, all Pacific Northwesterners, just a particular type. You're not over 40. we go. And there is the clear 1x2 plate. And there is the turquoise. And now... there's the other 1x4 tile. There we go. Alright. There we go. And there we go. Makes for a very interesting window design. That's really narrow. Alright, now we get another pair of side stud elements. There we go. And bracket. Yeah, it's easier. Just pull that off right there. There we go. And there we go. That is... oh, I got that... I got that other one the wrong way. There we go. Fixed it. Alright. And the 1x1 to 1x1 bracket in brown. Cows are prodded successfully. Yeah, but are they stench cows? In deep growth. What type? Inquiring minds want to know. Alright, dark red. Orange 1x2 to 1x2 upward brackets, and bright orange 1x6s, and 1x1 peak slopes. It's stench cow with a K. That is the cattle of the lower plains. There we go. Get that one right in there. Okay, dark red. Orange 1x2 to 1x2 upward brackets. Bright orange 1x6 plate. And more of the peak slopes. There we go. And there we go. All right. Next up, we get more studs on the corners. There you are. And 1x1 brick on top. I'm looking forward to this being anchored, because it is really loose right now. There we go. And... oh. I put two of them together already and then must have put it down. Whoops. There we go. So, Weird to You complained about an early fight in Baldur's Gate 3, something along the lines of it being set up like the enemies were trying to win, and you found that odd because shouldn't they try to win? That does sound like an odd complaint. Like, I could understand if it's like, if the complaint is that they're set up like they knew we were coming when they shouldn't have known we were coming. Reasonable complaint. Reasonable complaint. Alright, there we go. Now it's locked in. Good. Okay, and then bright orange ingots all along the top. Howdy, young Hummerond, how's it going? I mean, not having played Baldur's Gate 3 and not having seen that comment, I cannot comment on that. If it's the one you think it is, well, that's what happens when you accidentally end up in Bator, Avernus specifically. It's one with a couple goblins in a square and a few archers and a spellcaster or something overwatching on some roofs. BG3 was odd to you because one of their hobgoblins pushed one of your characters off a cliff, insta-killing them. Whee! See, that's what you're supposed to say in such a situation. Alright, we got clear 1x2 bricks on the underside. Alright, 1x1 right there. So you loaded the game and returned the favor. Lava pig style. Woohoo! Lava pig, best pig. Alright, pair of 1x8s, and now more orange 1x1 peak slopes. You have to find the video. It was someone talking about encounter design enemy tactics. I mean, like, if you're designing the battle, if it's like, if you've set up an impossible fight because the enemy characters, even if they're statistically defeatable, but because of their positions and stuff like that, they're like unassailable and they can easily wipe you out. Yeah, in a video game, yeah, you don't want something like that. There always has to be ways for you to win, unless of course it is one of those things of like, no, you're not supposed to do this. Don't do this. Don't go this way. You're not supposed to do this. Which is a different thing entirely, like the infinite ships surrounding homeworlds in Star Control. You're not supposed to attack homeworlds. Like that's not how you play the game. That's acceptable. There are a few bottomless pit hazards in the game. I mean, in 2E, you can insta-kill enemies. Like, in raw, basic 2E. Like, it doesn't matter what level someone is. If it's outside of a combat situation and they have no idea that you are around, you can just stab them in the back. And they will die. Well, poison too, yeah, I'm not talking about that. I mean, like... But that gives a saving throw. I'm talking about just instant dead. Now, if a dungeon master is doing that to a player, that's generally bad. With the sneak up thing, because you're supposed to have a clue. Traps are a little bit different. Like if you get caught in a room with a lowering ceiling. Yeah, that doesn't matter how many hit points you have, you're dead. It's gonna happen. Alright, there we go, we got ends on the walls there. I remember reading a D&D story from 3.5 where a party lost to one goblin because of bad rolls on the party part and good rolls on the goblin part. That goblin became a recurring monster that got named. I would probably do that, yeah. Alright, let's see. On the interior, we get 2x3, a 2x3, and a 2x3. There would be stickers on all of those. And we've got clear angle elements here. There we go. I think these are supposed to be like lights on the pictures. There we go. Can't do that now. Warner Brothers owns the concept of Nemesis. Okay, next up, 1x3, a chest, two 1x1 plates, and a 2x2 corner plate. There we go. Specifically, like the write-up for Wall of Iron spell in 2E, it specifically can be dropped on enemies insta-killing. But you have to make it fall on them. We see me using, should I pick up the game in his party from the Origin PCs, the Rogue, because he needs someone to do all the pickpocketing and disarming and do sass damage to the enemies. Barbarian, it's fun as hell, pun intended, and might keep the Cleric around if he's not going to be the healer. He is the healer, either the Warlock or the Wizard. I have no idea. I have no idea who I would take. I have not looked at any of the characters or anything like that. Stepped away, but in 2E, couldn't you die from just having enough damage done to you? Yes. Well, so when I was talking about instant killing, so that's death from massive damage, which the party in Spelljammer recently avoided by only having a not a bad, but not a great roll on the part of the dragon that tail slapped them, dealing 44 points of damage. So the dragon could have done even more, and if it had been 6 more damage, then, yeah, saving throw versus death to avoid death from massive damage. But I was specifically talking about, like, if you walk up behind a character and they have no idea that you are around, just none at all, they're completely unaware of you, for whatever reason, and you just stab them in the back, they will die. Doesn't matter what their level is. They are just dead. Did Volo ever get a license to perform eye surgery? Excuse me? I mean, I don't know what they did with him in 5th edition, considering that they made Mert the Moneylender a bumbling fool and trapped him in an axe for 100 years. I don't know what they've done with him. The fact that Volo's still alive is ridiculous. I mean, he is a wizard, but he was never a powerful wizard. And there were plenty of people who kind of wanted his head. Isn't Mert the Chosen of Cyric? No, he's good. Or at least neutral. Alright, that goes right in there. And we get the window pane, which I had no idea fit inside the back of the chest. That is really interesting, actually. There we go. Slide that right in there. Actually, pop it out a little bit. Slide that down. There we go. That is a really cool way of doing a display case. I would like the sides to be a bit better, but I'm not sure how they would do that. Like, I'd like the sides to be angled appropriately, but that would be difficult to do. Yeah, I mean, he was definitely always a bit of a fop and self-aggrandizer and stuff like that. All right, get some arches under the windows. Or next to the windows, I should say. There we go. Yeah, but I mean, he should be like 150 years old, maybe not 150, but he should be like 135 to 100, somewhere between like 135 and 150 years old. And yeah, he is a wizard. He could extend his life, blah blah blah, but he's not a powerful wizard. You don't get any answers for it? That's not good. Like, that's the thing that bugs me about the time jump, is it's like, yeah, we'll do the time jump so that people don't have to feel like they need to buy all of the old products, that they don't feel overwhelmed by all the things that have been put out, blah, blah, blah. Oh, but we're also not going to get rid of anyone. I think there's an implication in the meta text that Elminster is keeping him around. I could understand that, but at the same time, like, it is still, like, unusual for wizards to live for a very long time. And Volo is not exactly well known for being a powerful wizard. Jaheira's at least a half-elf. She'd still be very old. Like, she'd be, in human years, like, 60 years old kind of thing. Statues and unstatued in a board game. I don't know. Like, that's just the problem with the time jump, is that, like, they wanted certain things, but they also didn't want to kill off everyone that everyone likes, and then, of course, the next people who come along are like, well, I have this other person that I really like, so I'm going to bring them back, and blah, 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 and stuff like that. It's just, it's no bueno. Alright, let's see, and this clips on right here. This, incidentally, is a track for the roller coaster. They've really been getting a lot of use out of these roller coaster tracks. Alright, we have you people. Yeah, for a second. You should probably be behind the counter here, running the Ninjago Museum, or whatever it is. This guy appears to be a villain, so let's put him there. And this guy can just be inside looking at the displays. There we go. There we go. Alright, bag number 16 is next. So, extra parts, we have an orange 1x1 peak slope, a red 1x1 quarter cylinder tile, and a red 1x1 plate. There we go. Yeah, I mean, Magic the Gathering's going to have, it has Transformers right now, and it's going to get other things that I don't remember you mentioning, what you mentioned. So you'd say Larian gets the game and setting done right? Like, when I saw that Larian was doing the game, I knew that the game would probably be fun from and well designed from a mechanical point of view, from a gameplay point of view. But I don't know. I mean, a lot of it depends on the writing, and they're still stuck with dealing with the time jump and everything. So, and of course, I don't like that they were the ones who instigated the organic nautiloid thing. There we go. Alright, let's see. So we got a lot of bright green and some regular green, some sand green. A lot of good green in here. So that's pretty cool. Alright, let's go ahead and get this lady who does not wear one of these skirt elements. Okay, this is a skirt. I don't know if we're making a clothing store or what, but there we go. That's what it would look like with the skirt, but that's not what we're doing here. That is a single face, not double-sided. Also, this is an interesting piece. I don't know that I've seen this before. An oval 1x3-ish. Like, it's not as long as a 1x4. Do we have a 1x4? We do not. Yeah, it's as wide as a 1x3. So that's interesting. But she is holding a pretzel. A giant pretzel. There you go. Nice pink torso. Nice hairpiece as well. Let's go ahead and put her over there. Let's see. Is this like a metabolism a thing in D&D? Yeah, so basically there were disciplines back in AD&D Psionics. It's got two studs. It's more of an oval. It's three long, 3 wide. But this part doesn't really match up with anything that I'm aware of offhand. See, like the fact that it doesn't even like smoothly fit within the this arch means that it's not going to have a standard 2x2 cylinder brick space. So you can't use like that to get, to like extend out the shape. So it's very weird. So yeah, so psychometabolism is psionically altering life, body, flesh, that kind of thing. You had like psychoportation for psionic teleportation. You had telepathy, obviously, is telepathy. Psychokinesis for moving things. definitely forgetting others, I think. It is a weird brick, yeah. Alright, well, let's go ahead and turn this way. Well, psionics is technically its own thing in AD&D as well. It's just basically proficiencies, just not proficiencies you can take normally. Like, the mechanics are the same as proficiencies, or close enough to. There are minor differences. Right, 2 beige, 1x3 plates. Gray, 1x1 plate. Green, 1x1 Technic brick. Oh, and the bright green, 1x2 by a 2. There we go. There's the green Technic brick. Alright, so I think we're using dark red. Yeah, because the brown has a hole in the stud. Using dark red here. And it goes right there. And dark blue, just over here. There we go. A pair of gold 1x1 cylinder tiles with top pins. Pegs. There we go. But yeah, I mean, just because psychometabolism means altering life stuff doesn't mean that it is capable of, like, animating or powering a giant organic vessel. A lot of psychometabolism is about modifying your own body. Alright. So just the 2? Yeah, it's just the 2. Okay. So black 1x5 plate with a Technic hole and 2 black 1x1 cylinder bricks. Get that over to the side. You had one interesting arena match yesterday where you managed to win against an opponent who went board wipe happy and then lost because they couldn't keep up with creatures. Alright. Turquoise 1x2 log bricks, which are the first log bricks that I have seen in those colors. Sand green 1x1 brick. I think the thing that annoys you about having infinite cantrips or eldritch blasts is that it negates the disadvantage of not being proficient in weapons and being squishy as players just spam those ranged attacks. Yeah, I agree. It also makes, like, there's a complaint about AD&D being, especially like Forgotten Realms, being magic heavy, magic, you know, like having magic all over the place and stuff like that. And that's just even more so. Like, that was one of the things that basically set apart the ancient Netheral people, is that they could draw upon the Mythalars for basically unlimited, you know, cantrips, minor powers. But of course, even then, cantrips at the time could basically do no damage. Alright, white 1x2 plate and 2x2 curved slope. Get that there. Dark blue 2x2 half tile, and a dark blue 1x2 plate. Alright, bright green. Sand green 1x1. Need another sand green side stud brick and sand green 1x1. Like, I like that, and I understand people not liking that. I mean, you know, everyone is different, and everyone has different likes and desires and playstyle and stuff like that. But that's also, like, you know, why there's other games other than other than D&D out there, in my opinion. But I like that you have to be strategic about the magic that you're doing in 2E. If you're a level 1 character, level 1 mage, you have one spell, and you gotta make the best of it, most use out of it that you can. And most of the time, you're just gonna be slinging stones, or throwing daggers, or darts, or bopping people with a staff if they get close. Is it glamorous? No, it's not. But, like, that's being a super duper weak wizard. Like, I feel like later editions, a super duper weak wizard is still, like, they're just weak because their damage output is similar to a thief or something like that. Whereas a first level wizard in AD&D is not quite even that. You know, maybe if you have a staff, but one single good hit is taking you out. Alright, well, that's an interesting use for the part. So a sticker is going on here for a small TV. So this is basically going to be a small TV with an aerial antenna. Nice gray on gray, though. That's always nice. There we go. Get that right in there. Okay, we got dark green door. And are we making the exact same thing? We are making the exact same thing. Alright. And nougat quarter cylinder tile for the doorknob, and tan 1x2 plates. Why do the ninjas have such ancient tech? I don't know. I don't know. Alright, that goes right there. Get this one in here. There we go. Just have a thing about feeling useless and redundant to the point that if the group mentality agrees on one path and doesn't even consider alternatives for reasons, you will dip out of the party to achieve the objective in your own way. Well, so that's the thing, though, is that, number one, as a first-level wizard in AD&D, you're actually not redundant. Especially if you take a missile weapon. Because your chance to hit is the same as a first-level fighter, first-level thief, first-level priest. Like, everyone starts out with a THAC0 of 20. So your chance to hit other people... I mean, obviously a fighter might have specialization. Any warriors may have exceptional strength, stuff like that. But even then, it's not guaranteed. And a ranger or a paladin is not going to have specialization. So, at the lower level, you're just fighting. You're just fighting like everyone else. And chances are you're fighting things that have armor classes of 8 and 7 and stuff like that. So, you know, your chance to hit is going to be like a 13 or 14 on or higher on a D20. It's nothing to sneeze at. It's not quite 50%, but you're still going to be hitting quite a bit. A staff does decent damage. Obviously, you're going to be squishy, so you probably don't want to use a staff or a dagger. But using a missile weapon, like, it's one of the reasons why I frequently encourage wizards to take slings in my games, because that is absolutely a great weapon for an early character. So this is an interesting tile here. And then your one spell, which at first level should probably be something like Sleep, or maybe Grease. It's a little hard to see exactly what is on here. It's black on brown printing, which is a little bit hard to read, but it's like got a little screen, some speakers, and some buttons. It's a pretty neat tile. I have not gotten one of these before. Let's see, that goes right there. There we go. And that fits on there, and there's a 1x1 brick on top. Alright, gray 1x1 brick, plate. Well, yeah, I mean, that's... You don't have to kill them. But Sleep is an overpowered level 1 spell. It loses that overpoweredness later, but at level 1, it's actually overpowered. In AD&D, at least. You save it for the big fight with all the goblins, and there you go. All right, get that right in there. Okay. So yeah, we only have green 1x8, so it's a little hard to distinguish between green and bright green in the instructions, I find, but it is very subtle, but there is a difference. There we go, get bright green 1x2s and a 1x3 tile on that 1x8, and on this 1x8, get nothing but 1x2 tiles. But also, that's kind of like, you are twice as powerful at level 2 compared to level 1. Because now you get 2 spells. And if you go for a specialist, then you get 2 spells at level 1. Alright, so that is making a little archway there. Nothing supporting it, though. A little odd, but I'll allow it. Alright, let's see. Alright, 1x8 and a 2x2 inverted slope to bright green 1x2 bricks. Well, so the problem, like, I understand the complaint there, Lord Canis. The issue is that, like, you've got you've got characters that require different things. One character needs long rest to get all their stuff back, another one needs short rest to get all their stuff back, and that creates a contention in party play where some members of the party are like, I'm good to go, I can keep going, let's keep doing this, and another person is like, no, I can't, we need to stop. Obviously, it's not limited to 5e by any means. I mean, I've definitely seen that dynamic come up in my Spelljammer campaign. Wee, draining full water heater is fun. Howdy, Kinshire, how's it going? There's some tan 1x6s. Like, my recommendation is always to try and figure out how to conserve your stuff and figure out what things you can do. Like, role-playing and knowledge are always great ways of staying relevant. There is sand green there. And a 1x2 there. And goes, need to give the transfer pump a break. I mean, the difference in my Spelljammer game is that, like, the only real resource that warriors have are their hit points. And hit points are not something that you can actually get back very easily in AD&D. So if a warrior can keep going because he's got a lot of hit points and the wizards are like, I've used all my spells, there is an element of like, well, you should have conserved your stuff. I've been conserving my hit points by being careful in how I fight, kind of thing. And that's kind of how it rolls in AD&D. Like, oop, that's sand green. Like, there are definitely situations where some of my players have been using spells, and I've been, like, thinking to myself, yeah, you should not be using your spells right now. That's totally unnecessary. And, of course, there's other situations where I'm like, why are you guys not using your spells? But that's kind of the nature. That's also kind of the nature of needing to, you know, try and balance it all out and stuff like that, and figure out expectations on what you need to do, what you need to conserve. That's the strategic element that I like about the game. And nougat panel there. You do also like to take advantage of the surroundings as best you can, or think out of the box. Problem is you tend to play with wargamers who think in ancient Mulhorandi algebra to make everything efficient and one note to the point of bleh. I will say that I think 2nd edition is great for that kind of thinking of trying to take advantage of like the local environment and figuring out, like, treating encounters as kind of puzzles and stuff like that. You hated that playing Baldur's Gate EE because the scripts of your casters would have them use spells when it was a waste. No, Edwin, you don't need him to fireball the Gibberlings. Yeah, that's why I turned off spellcasting for my companions in Baldur's Gate. And there's a reason why I believe it is an episode of Curse of the Azure Bonds that is labeled Stupid Akabar. because he loves to just be like, well, a fight with kobolds? Well, I'd better use my hold person on them. Like, no. No, I gave you darts for a reason. Use your darts. What are you doing? I think it's one of the reasons why they made it more, so much easier to control NPCs in the later games. There we go. You have darts proficiency and decent dexterity. You can add some non-spell damage. Yep. Or a sling. I prefer the sling myself. And another tooth element there. Okay. A 2x2 brick with side studs. Instructions unclear. Casting meteor swarm. No! Why use a sling when you can bonk people in the head with a staff? Because you kind of want to stay away from the enemies. Stay away from the summoner! And not get beat on the head. Get a hoopak and do both. That's true. You can. But that only works in if you're a Kender and can't be a wizard then. There we go. Alright. A cute little flower box outside the window. Okay, on the other side, we get a 1x1 with a single stud on the side. And get the brown 1x1 cylinder plate. And the carrot top. And a dark blue shoulder pauldron element. There we go. Making a little little planter here. That is pretty cute and inventive. I like that. Then up top, clear angled connector and a trans yellow 1x1 cylinder plate for a light. There we go. I mean, honestly, getting back to lower level play is one of the reasons why I would enjoy starting a new campaign. I do not have the mental capacity at the moment to do that, but one day I will. The Spelljammer will wrap up. So we got a black skeleton leg on a 1x1 cylinder brick, and that goes right in between these studs. There we go. 2 black 1x1 plates. Black 1x1 cylinder tiles with top pegs and peg holders with clips. Your sorcerer in a 5e in the campaign ended up having a very decent armor class. There is an element of like when I'm designing adventures for the for Spelljammer, I always have to make sure that anything that an enemy has is something that I'm okay with the players getting. Oh, this is neat. Alright, so we get a pearl silver Technic pin connector, and a gray half pin, black 1x1 cylinder plate tile with a top peg, and into that hole goes an umbrella. So we have a little umbrella holder. That is really cute. I like that. The only reason he got that high of an AC was a feat you got at level 4. So that's a big thing about AD&D is that a lot of your character's power comes from the stuff he has collected, and that's a big difference. Like that's something that going into an older game, that's something that you have to understand and reckon with. There we go, and then the droid binocular element. Where is that? It's gray. Oh, there it is. It's dark gray. There we go. And clip that in. We have a little telescope out there. That is cute. It'll be fine to give them a +5 Werebane longsword. I mean, if it's like +1, +5 versus lycanthropes, that's fine. They're done with the lycanthropes. So Kinshir, they did get a robe of the Archmagi. Leva died. Oh, that was a fun part too. Oh, I'm such a stinker. I am such a stinker. All right, so I do not have a paintbrush piece with an orange tip, so that's really nice to get. So let's go ahead and put that there, and that gets in right there. All right, two 2x3 plates, and then two 1x2 plates, and 3 1x2 plates on the underside, which is odd considering that this had 2x3 bricks in it. One of the things you hoped for was to get 2 more feats so your Dragonborn Sorcerer could have a shield with a campaign stop before then. Let's see, and that goes there. And we do the same thing. So why do this rather than have... Oops. Let's see, did I get that in the right place? I did, all right. So rather than a 2x3 brick, it's using 1x2 plates on the bottom, and I don't know why. It should connect in there, and I see no reason that needs it. How many feats does a Dragonborn really need? An eternal question, I suppose. Alright, brown 1x5 round end Technic plates. There we go. To 1x6 plates. There we go. Alright, and once again, we are going with bright green 1x2s and sand green 1x1s. There we go. And there we go. If I said thinking tactically, I meant strategically earlier, where you got to plan out, you know, like what spells you think you might need. Are you going to go into a combat situation? And that's definitely messed up some of my players, where they've been like, I took nothing but combat spells. I'm like, well, there's your problem. And then, of course, having a difficult time resting and getting them back out in the field. Ah, it's so good. So good. If you ever got Baldur's Gate 3, the first thing you would do is a Lark run for the multi-class into every class achievement. I mean, it would have to be a Lark run, because multi-classing in the game is not good when you do it that way, so... Alright, let's see. That's black. I want, yep. Brown 1x1 to 1x1 upward brackets, and brown 1x2 to 1x1 upward brackets. Always have at least one non-combat spell for that one time you need it. Well, but then you have a non-combat spell for that doesn't help, that doesn't do what you want. Alright, and 1x2 bracket, 1x1 bracket there. And there we go, get that right on. Right in there. Only time you played a wizard, you never had to think strategically, because the rest of the party were such min-max power gamers that what you did rarely mattered. Well, I mean, one thing that can lead to is just being just doing whatever you want for the heck of it, kind of thing. You know, like, I'm just gonna casually do this thing that doesn't matter. And there is a brown 2x2 half tile. Get the sand green 1x1 plates with teeth. There we go. And then we make another window box. There we go. Pink flower. And another leaf element on to the side of it. You made potential players go, what the hell on you, because of how much lore you pumped into your primary 5e world. You told them thusly. He points this. Oh. That's good. There we go. And there we go. Little window box outside the window. It's very cute. I really like the design of that window box. All right, on the inside, 1x1 with 2 studs and 2 gray 1x1 plates. Beige 1x2 tile and a 1x1 yellow brick, and a green 1x1 plate flower. Get that right inside. There we go. Little window plant there. Meanwhile, most of my Spelljammer worlds that the players are only intended to like land on in a single port for and stuff like that are like, there's various nations of these races, and here is some basic information about the town they're going to, and boom, I'm done. Can't wait for next Friday for the FF4 stream. Yeah, should be wrapping that up. So, like, they must be doing it to attach to these side stud bricks, but why not just use a 2x3? I don't understand. It's very weird. Alright, we get lots of... Let's move these pieces over here. Let's see, 3 1x1 plates with 1x1 cylinder tiles with top pegs. 3 apart. Well, I will question. I thought it would become clear when I finished, but it did not. Alright, I need you to... Let's put you over here. There we go. Okay, 3 apart there. And then 1x1 cylinder tile with top peg there, and the other one right there. Alright. They were actively annoyed that you hadn't made your character so he didn't have to breathe because that was slightly inconvenient. See, I will say this. If I ever Dungeon Master a 5e game, I am going to pay very close attention to what the players have done to optimize their characters, and then I'm going to, like, actively, not, like, try to mess with them, but I'm going to actively put them into situations that their characters are not designed for. Because it's like, this is why you should try to be at least a little bit good at everything kind of thing. Okay, black handcuffs there, in between. You would love to be in that 5e campaign. Like, I'd have them, you know, they fight the, you know, the villain. They defeat him, and they're like, alright, what weapon does he have? Character with who uses, like, you know, dexterity-based, you know, they'll get a weapon that does not fit them, kind of thing. Strength-based, when they want dexterity-based, or something like that. There we go. Get that right in there. A wand of cookie summoning. Well, who wouldn't want that? Alright, black lightsaber hilt, and 2 1x1x4 antennae. And that goes right there. 2 4L lightsaber blades, and a black lightsaber hilt. And there we go. Someone's 5d6 amount of cookies per day. Yeah, but then they'd all be burnt cookies. That's the thing. Howdy, Shield of Hope. How's it going? Alright, black 1x2 with vertical side clip. Wonder why in high magic worlds you don't see more frivolous magic like in Harry Potter. So it depends on the high magic world. Generally, magic is difficult to do. In Harry Potter, magic is really not difficult to do. Like, that's the thing. That's why there is such a variety of normal magic. Plus, it's set in the modern world, essentially, so people still need to function within the modern world, so they have to make money and stuff like that. You have a 5e character idea already thought of? Alright, well, don't get ahead of yourself. I am extraordinarily unlikely to ever run a 5e campaign. Like, that is absolutely a... You gotta pay me. It is 1000% a... This is a paid thing. I'm not doing it for free. Alright, and that is this booklet done. Alright, so spare parts in this bag, quite a few. 1x1 cylinder plates in nougat dark red, trans yellow. 1x1 cylinder plate with hollow stud in brown. 1x1 cylinder tile in beige. 1x1 tile in sand green and bright green. Nougat 1x1 quarter cylinder tile. Aqua 1x1 flower plate. A gray on gray lever. A brown paintbrush with orange tip. Black handcuffs. And 2 5-petal flowers. It's 5e or Ultima 8. I would choose Ultima 8. I would choose Ultima 8 100%. Alright. So let's go ahead and... Actually, I should get the minifig in here. She's in her home eating a pretzel. How's that? Nope, 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 don't fall. Don't fall. That's difficult for me to deal with. That's a really weird bed. Did I get the pillow part wrong? That seemed wrong, but it seemed like that's how it went. No, I didn't. That is how it's supposed to be. It's supposed to go down that way. That is weird. Alright. There we go. She's contemplating her blank canvas. It's a tiny little apartment. But it's pretty cute. I like the little plants by both windows. There is that side. I really like these planters outside the window. And the nice decoration here using the tooth elements. And nice to get like the brickwork look there as well. All right. So let's go ahead and put that on here. There we go. That gets right there. All right, so we will be transitioning to the next booklet, but before we do that, I'll go ahead and pull it out so that we have it. Let's go ahead and do some minifigs. Alright, pull out that. Pull out these. And we will be starting with the Disney figs. There are 2 that we still need to build on screen. And let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So we've got 8. So let's go ahead and pull out a D8. All right, that is a 2. So 1 and 2. And where do I put this? There we go. Put it right there. All right, start that prediction. Can Ald guess what is inside the minifig pack? Go ahead and get your predictions in. Minifig time. I'd say do a 5e as a player, get a handle on it before considering DMing it. Oh, yeah. Well, I would be more likely to play 5e as a player, certainly. Some of that's going to depend on my niece and her husband, her significant other. They like 5e. I will DM 2e for them. I will not DM 5e. I don't, again, I'm not doing it unless I'm paid for it. Like one of those Hong Kong apartments that's only missing a separate shower hanging over a toilet, yeah. But yeah, I mean, I vastly prefer 2e, and I know 2e pretty well, so... You know, not much reason to play something that I am not into. All right, about 50 seconds to go. Get your predictions in. Can I guess what is inside the minifig pack? So we have gotten everything we want. Tiana and Mulan. We have not gotten a Mulan yet. I doubt this is Mulan, but it could be Tiana. We still have Dr. Facilier, Jiminy Cricket, Pinocchio, that guy from Coco, and King John and Robin Hood left. Those are the only figs we have left. All right, about 10 seconds to go. Get your predictions in. Okay, predictions are closed. Well, let's see. Let me get my timer ready. All right, timer is ready, and go. Okay. 14 seconds. It's Tiana. Let's see if I am correct. Yes, it is. All right, so that is our second Tiana, and that is the first one that we're getting on screen. Finally got her on stream. Yep. All right, that is a really nice dress that she has as well. Make her quite happy. That is a cute hairpiece. A bright lime green tiara. A lime green froggy. And there we go. I like the bright yellow that she has for her gloves too. It's a nice hairpiece too. And little froggy. Oh, and of course, she has a sign. Tiana's Place. That is a lovely sign too. That is gorgeous. Absolutely love that. And get a spare tiara. All right, so that is Tiana. I am going to make an executive decision, and the fact that there's one left on this side, this is most definitely not Mulan. This is most definitely not Mulan. So let me see what it is. Got, hold on. Can I feel anything else? There's the torso. Yeah, okay, so this is Pinocchio. So I'm setting that aside. And that way we only have this side. Mulan has 2 of these in order. So it's either like these 2, these 2, these 2, these 2, or these 2 are Mulan. So. Alright. So I'm going to... Well, I won't mark that, but now we know that she has to be on that side. Alright, don't forget to choose a prediction. Thank you. I mean, I would have seen that as soon as I went to start a new one, but I did get distracted. Alright, within 20 seconds, because that was... Before I close that out. That was exactly 14 seconds. Alright. Within 20 seconds, complete that prediction. Alright, and who is getting the hams there? Kinshir, Bahamut, and Isavan getting the hams. Very nice. Fear, Zilnar, Lord Canis, Shield of Hope going for 20 to 50. No one going for 50 to 60, and no one going for no. No one making desperation wagers. Alright, so next we are going to a new set. We have a Series 12, and these are the potential figures. We have definitely opened some of these. Like we have the Wizard. I think we got the Genie. Can't remember what else we have gotten. Would probably help if I pulled out the sheet. So we have... Yeah, we've gotten the Genie. I got off-camera Gloomy Girl. I've gotten the Swashbuckler, the Lifeguard, the Space Miner, the Gamer, and the Wizard. So those are the ones that we have gotten out of here so far. Let's open it up. And how about this one? Alright, let's start a prediction. Can all guess what is inside the minifig pack? Let's go. Also, probably helps if I have that over there. There we go. Alright, so, I kind of want the Grizzled Prospector, just so that I can do the Grizzled Prospector voice. Dagnabbit! Concern it! Knew him, he was delicious! You know, that kind of thing. He could be Pilot Pete. Pile-on Pete, I'm sorry. Alright, about a minute 10 to go. Get your predictions in. The Barbarian Warrior is pretty nice. I really like the lady. She also has a frog. That would be a nice coincidence to get. Interestingly enough, the what was it? Lego Bricktails had like it had that jester, it had that wizard, it had that lady, all of them in it, and I wonder if they got put in like early on in development or something like that. I don't know. About 30 seconds to go. Get your predictions in. Can I guess what is inside the minifig pack? You've decided you want noble gas dragons and transuranic dragons. You can want those things. You can want those things. I'm not saying you can't want those things. There were a group of dragons in Dragon Magazine called the Ferris Dragons. It was it wasn't even like an alternate to neutral dragons, because the dragons had no real consistency on alignment. But there was like cobalt and chrome and I think titanium. It was interesting. Okay, predictions are closed. Let's go ahead and reset that. And go. All right, you want diamond dragons? Well, there's crystal dragons. Not necessarily rock crystals. Okay, that feels like... Alright. Ooh, 19.45. I do believe we have the princess. I believe I felt her dress slope. Although, the wizard has one too, so I guess we'll find out. Oh, oh no. Oh no. I got overconfident. Look at that. Let's choose that prediction. That's a no. Complete that prediction. And guess what? No one gets the hams except me. Nom, 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 nom. Oh, that's delicious ham. Thanks, everyone. 16,000 hams, all for me. Ah, so good. All right, let's see. Fear, Kinshir, and Bahamut Zero going for within 20 seconds. Zilnar, Lord Canis, and Isovan going for 20 to 50. Shield of Hope going for that long shot 50 to 60, but no one going for no. No one going for no. There's a reason it can be good to put a couple down on the no. The one time you should have picked no. Well, I mean, that kind of goes for everyone. But yeah, no, I was like, I'm so excited. She's the only one that has it. And then I started to be done, and I was like, oh, crap, so does he, and I didn't feel for other parts. So, yep. It's also the second wizard that we've gotten, which is also weird, so... Nothing on the back. So I have apparently pulled from that spot before. And let's fold that over. There we go. Cloth elements can be a little bit of a pain. And get the beard in there. His hands down. Nope. There we go. Alright, let's try to... Nope, nope, that's not really straightening out right now. That's fine. Get his wizarding hat on. There we go. There is the 3L rod. There we go. Gem on top. Okay, and we have our wizard. There we go. Isovan, pretty much. Nom nom nom, delicious hams. Yeah, see, I brought those hams to you. You should be happy. You should most definitely not have a dragon try to eat me. No, 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 that would be mean. That would be me. Oh, what? Ah! There we go. We're just getting nudged out of the way a little bit. All right. So that is a second wizard. All right. I do like getting the wizards. I will say that. That's a good fig. It's a little bit fancier than Magisto, but that's okay. All right. Next up. Get the bigger box. There we go. Alright, again, quite a few. Let's go right here. No dice rolling for this one. Okay, start a new prediction. Can all guess what is inside the minifig pack? Let's go! Should you do funny or not? Well, funny is always good, but... Alright, so, off camera, we have gotten Pinata Boy. On camera, we have gotten Peapod Girl, the Knight, the Pirate Lady, the Space Fan, the Llama Girl, the Track and Field Athlete, and Pajama Girl. Still quite a few left to get. I would really like to get the Viking and the Scuba Diver. Those are the ones that I want the most. But we shall see. There's about 1:10 to go. Get your predictions in. You're going to do funny but hit the wrong vote? Oh well. Well, that's the way it goes. I mean, it could be worse. You could have put all your money on all your hams on 50 to 60, and then I didn't get it. So there's a chance, because I mean, I never go 50 to 60, right? All right, 30 seconds to go. Get your prediction in. You're gonna vote no with 69 hams. Nice. Well, there's always next time. There's always next time. All right, about 20 seconds to go. Get your predictions in. Let me get my timer ready. Let's go ahead and reset that. And just about closed. And there we go. All right. Predictions are closed, so let's go and go. All right, let's see. What do we got? What do we got? A very tiny piece. That doesn't help me that much. What are these tiny pieces? Oh, all right. Ooh, 22.11, just outside. I was feeling the hilt of the saber, so we have the Pirate Lady. Yes, indeed we do. All right, let's choose that prediction. 20 to 50, and complete that prediction. All right, who is getting the hams? Zilnar and Lord Canis getting a very nice chunk of hams. 13,000 for Zilnar. Very nice. Fear, Kinshir, and Bahamut going for within 20 seconds. Shield of Hope going for that long shot, 50 to 60. And no one going for no. Guys feeling that because I had missed one, I wasn't going to miss another one. All right, Bahamut, have a good dinner, and thank you very much for coming on out. All right, let's give her a little bit of a scowl there. Get her tricorn hat and hair on. I do like that the hair can be used for men as well, given the era. And there we go. Come on, focus. There we go. Nice little scowl there. Nice torso decoration. And nice hair. And always nice to get that coupled with the tricorn hat. I do wish that she had something other than just a bland, plain old, everyday saber. Because it's just like a standard dark gray saber. Whoop-de-doo. Thanks for the hams. Very nice. Congratulations. But we do get an extra saber, and we get an extra flame feather piece. That's always nice. In red. But yeah, I kind of wish that she had some other, like, maybe an unusually colored pistol, either the pearl silver or kind of silver dark gray, or even like gold or something like that. But I mean, it's a good fig otherwise, just kind of a boring accessory. But that is going to be a second one there. All right. Nope, nope, don't fall on the floor, please. Sheets. That's no bueno. Permission to make an attempt to see if folks will let you. Of course, always, anytime. Like, if you like, you can always. Anyone can try to get any kind of game going on Discord. Like, if you wanted to play Shadowrun or Paranoia or anything else, yeah, absolutely, go ahead. And if you ended up needing, like, wanted a special channel for it, I'm perfectly happy to set something like that up too. So, yeah, I'm just throwing out names that popped into my head. You could play GURPS, you could play Warhammer, you could play. I think that's you can. I don't know. I know you can do that war game style. I think that there's also a standard role-playing version of that. I don't know. I don't pay that much attention. Let me put these back. The point is, if you want to play any kind of tabletop RPG, gathering people from the channel, go right ahead. Traveler, if you want to play Traveler, you can play Traveler. All right, bag number 3. Or book number 3, I should say. We have all those. 17. There we go. And another 17. All right, Lord Canis, have a good night. Thank you very much for coming on out. But yeah, I mean, like, the same kind of thing, if you guys wanted to get together and play, like, Animal Crossing, or set up a regular game of Among Us, or, that kind of thing, yeah, absolutely. Always go right ahead and organize that stuff on the Discord. I don't care. I encourage it. Why would I have any word against that? So yeah, go right ahead. It goes for anyone. All right, got a couple large plates here. Let's put those aside. Lots of black treasure chest lids without the bases, as you do. Let's see, minifig parts. Let's put these up here for the moment. There we go. Okay, I was not expecting an orange Classic Space helmet in there. Also, these are bags that I can toss aside. There we go. All right, let's see. He has a gold pauldron with back scimitar holder. Or not scimitar, katana. I don't know where scimitar came from. Actually, before we do that, let's take a quick look at his torso. Good parts to go with the old ninja theme, the old castle ninja sub-theme. There we go, get that on there. He's got 2 faces. We'll give him the determined expression. So he's determined. Focus. 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 There we go. So, determined expression and a bit sheepish. Howdy, Vacation Avenue. Went early, that's fine. You watched my Gold Rush? That was a fun LP. Alright, now let's find there is the katana in Pearl Silver. Slides right on through that, that sheath on the back. So there we go. That's one of the main characters of Ninjago, but I don't actually know his name, so, you know. Alright, black 1x12 and dark gray 2x10. There we go. And that is a 2x14. Kai, thank you. All right, have a good rest of your evening, Vacation Avenue. Thank you very much for stopping in. And let's get the 4x10 on there. 2x8. And a 2x10 in dark gray. Here we get a 6x6. And the other 4x10. There we go. Alright, another 2x8. And a dark gray, a 2x3. There it is. There we go. Okay, 1x8 in black, right there. And then 2 more dark gray 2x3s. A little weird that this one is unsupported. And a gray 3x3 angled plate. I mean, it'll probably be supported under this, but... And in fact it is. We get the 4x4 right there. 4x4 over here. And another 2x3. Right there. Okay. 4x4 there, and a 4x4 angle plate there. Next up, a gray 3x3. I don't know why they're occasionally using gray with the dark gray. It feels like they should be using just dark gray. It's a little weird. Actually, let's go ahead and make some space here. Get the window frames. That is a lot of black treasure chest lids. I don't know if they... I mean, they certainly don't have a black treasure chest bottom. There is a brown one in there that doesn't have a lid, but it's very odd. The last time they had black ones, I think, were for the... I mean, there may be some that I don't remember, but I definitely remember the black treasure chests in the Egyptian Adventurers sets. There we go. Made a really nice body for an Anubis statue. Okay. Sitting as a jackal, I should note. Alright, 2x2 corner. There is, or a 2x2 angled corner. Or triangle. There we go. Get more of these. That one goes there. That goes there. That one goes there. 2x3 we want right there. Get that one, that angled corner there, and there's the other one. Right there. Okay. Okay, and next up, 2 brown 1x8 plates. Actually, move some of this stuff aside so I can get this a little bit closer. 2 1x3s right there at the end. Another brown 1x8. Gray 1x1 tile at the ends there. Some gray macaroni tiles. There we go. I do need a gray ingot in the back. Now I need a gray 1x4 tile. There it is. Okay. Gray 1x2 plates. And a black 2x2 half tile. Where might you be? There you are. There we go. I like the lavender in this. This is a nice shade. Okay, then 8 of these 1x3 inverted arches. Separating them all except for the one at the end. And it's not going to surprise me if we put these in here with 1x1 plates on the backs. Oh, look. Look, we are. Brown 1x1 plates, at least. So 6 of them. That's 1. Two. And 3. Let's see, that's 1, 2, and there's the third one. There we go. There we go. Next one. Right in there, and finally last one right there. Alright. Makes a nice alternating texture there, which is pretty nice. Okay, 2 brown 1x3 plates back towards the rear. And 3 brackets. Oh, no, 4 gray brackets. I was looking for brown. That's why I missed them. 1, 2, 3, and 4. There we go. Alright, 3 brown 1x6 arches. Let's go ahead and turn this around. 1 there. 1 there. 1 there. I think this is to give it a raised floor like you'd see in a lot of Japanese buildings. And then a side stud brick and a 2x2 gray container. Which I do wish that these containers had some sort of, like, texturing on the sides so that they wouldn't just look like a 2x2 brick if you do that to them. Put a lid on them. There we go. Get that in there. Alright, well that's an interesting design. Let's go ahead and get out that 3-bar thing. Okay, 2x2 cylinder tile with hole in the center, 2x2 plate, gray 1x2 plate, and a gray 1x2 plate with bar. Is right there. And get this right there on the center. So it's basically a, like, turning into a wheel for a safe. And then a 1x1 with clip. There we go. That is difficult to open and close, but I guess that's okay. And we put a teal turquoise 1x1 tile slope in there. I have no idea what that's supposed to be, but whatever. Go ahead and get that closed. There we go. Okay, we get gray ingot and gray 1x2 to 1x2 upward bracket. Bright green. Is that bright green? No, I think it's regular green. Regular green 1x4 plate to 1x1 plates. Some 1x1s and curved top bricks. Another pair of 1x1s. Another 1x4. And then we use the 1x3 curved top bricks, kind of half arches. Get those, make a nice even floor. Gray 1x2 plate in there, and a gray 1x4 tile. Alright, and that fits right there on the front. There we go. Interestingly enough, if they had put another plate behind it, it actually would line up with that, so I don't know why they... I'm not exactly sure why they didn't. Yeah, that would line up. Like, it's not really enough of a lip to give it a real feel for a step, so I'm not sure why not. Other than it maybe feeling like it was too high if they did that. I don't know. Either way. Let's see, 1x2x2 slope there, and there. These square block fences in black. There we go. And now 1x1 bricks in black. Fill in these little gaps. Kind of surprised that they never made too wide fences for any of these. Maybe they'd be too fragile, or they felt that they'd be too fragile or something. There is the other 1x1. And there we go. Let's get the fences on the side. I don't think I've gotten any of these in black before. At least I can't remember having done so. Alright, 1x3 tiles. That is all except for the front part of this one. And it is all on this side. There we go. Alright, flip it over, and... You know what? I bet... So this is going to fit inside the angled... the inverted slopes that were put on their sides in the greenhouse part. So that's interesting. Now the other interesting thing is that they could have used plates. So I'm not sure why they're using those. That'll make it a little bit unsteady there, unless we get something else, and we're not. Alright. 1x2 tile with center stud, and pink 1x1 plate flower right there at the end. Are we finishing today? No, we are not. We are not actually close. So let's see. We're on page 16 out of 172, and we still have, so there's going to be this building, there's going to be the center section, there's going to be the other building there, and then a tower. So, and then another tree part as well. So, there's quite a bit left. So we're on bag 17, and we are going through bags 22. 26, actually. I'm right, because then there's also the whole other side section. So we got at least 2 streams to go. I think next time we'll finish with this 32 by 32 part, and then next time we will get the 16 by 32 part. I think that's how it'll work. Oops. Cause some pieces to fall out of that bag. Let's do that. And zip back to where we were. Alright. Alright, 6 by 8 and a 2 by 6 in gray. Brown 1 by 3 plates. Flip it over, and brown 1 by 2 rail plates. So we will be finishing up this section tonight. And then, like, once we're done with this part, then we're going to be done for the evening. Lavender 1 by 2 plates. I do like this shade. That is pretty nice. That was a fun part. That was a fun part. I do recommend Gold Rush. Thank you for popping back in to recommend that Vacation Avenue. I really enjoyed that. It is a bonkers game. Let's see. We are dark red 1 by 1 cylinder plates with hollow stud. Get that in there. Get this disc through there. And get that right on there. And then we take the 4x4 cylinder plate with 4 angled arms. Get that there to make a little table. And that goes right there in the middle. There we go. That is a nice little table. I like that. That's a nice design. Alright, next up, we got 2 walls with lavender 1x4s. The brown window frames, 1x4x3. And then, oops, brown lattice window panes. we go. And a pair of lavender 1x2 plates on top. There we go. And these go on the sides. Alright, next up, we use our arches, and we also have, I don't know what shade exactly it is, but it's like a dark lavender. Could be just purple. I would go for a darker shade for standard purple, though. But that's interesting that they have some. Don't know that I have too many of those, but we have some 1x1s with side studs. 2 side studs on the corners, brown, and then dark lavender 1x1 plates. Another 1x1 in gray with side studs. Brown 1x1 plate. 2 1x1 bricks. An arch. Half arch in lavender. And a 1x2 brick right there. To lock that all on. Get that one on there. And we'll go ahead and make a second one for the other side. By 2 plate. Kind of a shame that it's gray and not lavender, but I suppose it's not going to be seen anywhere. Let's get these brown 1x1 plates out, because I will need them. There we go. And another side stud brick. Brown plate. And lavender 1x2. Alright. Then we're going to do this with mirrored for the other 2 corners, I'm sure. There we go. Okay, indeed we are. Get the 1x1s on here. 1x1 with side studs. Brown 1x1 plate. Dark lavender 1x1 plate. 1x1 with side studs. Get an archway here, half arch, and a brown 1x1 plate. And then a 1x2 brick. There we go. Right there. Okay, get the arch. Need another 1x1 plate. There we go. Let's get all the pieces over here. There we go. Alright, brown plate, dark lavender plate. Go. Another side stud brick. Get the inverted arch, or the not inverted arch, the half arch. Brown 1x1 plate and 1x2 brick. There we go. All right, slide that right on there. So nice arched entranceways for that. Okay, then brown 1x8 plates across the tops. And 8 brown 1x6 tiles on the corners. So because of the little fingernail depression there, you can't actually see the brown, but the gray isn't very obvious. It's close enough to the lavender, and the dark lavender is also close enough to the lavender. that it's not obvious. Go. And there is the last one. There we go. Alright, next up. Black 2x10, right there in the middle. And 1x2 plates with technicals on the tops. There we go. Alright, let's see. So, a pair of rail plates separated by a brown ingot. There we go. And then a pair of inverted arches on the ends. There it is. There we go. Okay, next up, black 1x4 plates with 1x2 tiles of center studs, and on the corners, black 1x1 tile slopes. Get those in between the technicals. There it is. And get that right on there. Alright, 3 1x2. A little bit of lint there. 1x2 tiles with center studs. And that one is 2 from that side and 3 from that side. Okay, up here is a black minifig head and orange classic space helmet. I don't know why that's going to be up there, but looks like it might be secret stuff, maybe. Got brown, not brown, tan roller skates. And these go right there. I have no idea what kind of decoration that's supposed to be. Okay, pair of inverted slopes on the inside and half arches on the outside. Black 1x8 plate across. Yeah, basically rests on top of the helmet there. Alright, let's see. We get some 1x2 log bricks down the middle. 1x1 bricks with 2 side studs, and 1x1 tiles with top clips in between. And we want them vertically aligned. Or horizontally aligned, I'm sorry. There we go. And the last one. There we go. Alright, that's a little crooked. Fixed that. Okay, next up, along the top is a 1x12 plate. And 1x1 plates on the ends. And going into the eclipse, we have... So this is the It's not exactly a lightsaber hilt. I think it's a little bit longer, but it's very similar in shape. It came out for the ends of the Monkey Kid staff. I guess they decided something unique was better than using the lightsaber hilts that we got in the Monkey King collectible minifig. And clip that in. Clip that in. There we go. Alright, next up, we get all of our... Alright, treasure chest lids, and we'll go ahead and put these inverted half arches on the top. Alright, let's see. So, can I tell which way it's going on that side? I can't really. It is going this way on this one, though. So we'll go ahead and mirror that. Go. So this is definitely an interesting, going to be an interesting roof design. Is that separating a little bit? It is. Why is it causing that to separate? Should I be putting that a little bit someplace else? Nope, I think that's fine. There we go. There we go, and the last one on this side. There we go. So it actually makes kind of a an arch there, which is kind of neat. And there is the other one. Get that right in there. Right there in the middle. Slide that over. And finally, the last one. All right. So it's definitely an interesting roof shape that we get here. Because you can see it kind of curving down and up. That's pretty neat. I like that. I would not have a thought of using treasure chest lids that way. But that's pretty cool. I like that. All those sad pirates with their treasure chest lid stolen. Yep, yep. Alright, and this gets right on here. Push that down. There we go. All right. So spare parts, we got black and dark lavender 1x1 plates, gray 1x1 tile, turquoise 1x1 tile slope, dark red 1x1 cylinder plate with hollow stud, and a tan roller skate. Which, of course, these are the only tan roller skates I have, so now I have an odd number. It's terrible. It is terrible. How could they do this to me? Alright, so let's go ahead and bring that up here. Let me actually get to the... see if we can get the minifig to stand on it. There we go. So he is right there in the doorway. And this fits. So you can see these bricks are connecting into the angle, the inverted slopes on their sides. There we go. So that is pretty cool. I like that. It looks very nice. I really do like the lavender on that. That's very nice. All right. Well, next week we will be getting to bag number 18, which will probably wrap up this section, and then we will have the 16 by 32 portion to do. Let me go ahead and get this up there, so that these are a little bit out of the way. Slip that in there, so they're a little out of the way. And, what did I do with the last minifig? Oh, right. You're over there. All right. So, yeah. So, we will continue on with this next Friday. I want to thank you guys for coming on out. We will be back tomorrow for some more Spelljammer. We'll be back on Monday for more Tears of the Kingdom. We'll be back on Wednesday for more Uncharted Waters and New Horizons, Catalina's story. We'll be back Wednesday night for more Lego building. And next Friday, back to Final Fantasy IV, possibly wrapping that up. And then continuing on with this. Incidentally, because we did hit the goal, and I think I forgot to mention this at the beginning, because we hit the goal for the Rivendell set, that will be getting ordered pretty soon. I'll probably wait until a good, like, double VIP point day to get that, or some sort of good gift with purchase day, just so that I can, you know, capitalize on some extra goodies. But once that comes in, and once we have space in the build schedule, we will get to work on that. And the replacement for Rivendell is the Home Alone Lego Ideas set. So a nice big house. I'll go ahead and get a link in chat there. So go ahead and check that one out if you're curious what that looks like. And that is our next goal, so we will work our way towards that. I want to thank everyone for coming on out. I really do appreciate it. Have a good rest of your evening, and I will see you next time. See you then, everyone.